We already went through the keys this week. I already checked out everything. So if you haven't seen the video from our new comic book day top 5, definitely check it out. This was definitely a big one this week. And yeah, the Predator. This was another pretty big one everybody was looking for. But today, I figured it'd be cool if we checked out some of the other stuff that they have on Key Collector. I like going through these sometimes and you get more familiar with some comic books. So let's go through the trending 20 and let's see what's trending right now. This is a good book. V for Vendetta, number 1, 1988, 10-issue series about a bleak future where a mysterious anarchist known as V opposes the British government wearing a Guy Fawkes mask. One variant, V for Vendetta number 1, reprint. Vertigo Essentials from 2013. So it looks like they have it at 25, mid at 8, low at $2. I know this one's pretty hard to find out in the wild, and it was on that pretty bad quality paper, and the staples you always find pretty rusty. So this is a hard one to find. If you can find a decent copy for 25 bucks, this is a good one to grab. Howard the Duck, number 13, first appearance of Kiss. I actually have a copy of this. They have it at 40 bucks in high grade, 1977. There's a couple different variants here. It looks like it has a 35-cent price variant, Whitman edition. You can always tell the Whitmans by the corner over here. And then this is the UK edition. So you can tell by the P. Pretty classic one. First appearance of Ileana Rasputin, Colossus's sister, as an adolescent. 400% increase in copies sold this week versus the previous week. So there's 2 different variants on this one. Mark Jewelers and a newsstand. So it looks like you can find this book in a Mark Jewelers. I love how they state that. It's one of the nice things about Key Collectors. They really do put a bunch of information. Rob Liefeld, Youngblood, number 1. So I guess this was the start of everything. First appearance of Shaft, first appearance of Chapel, Bad Rock, Vogue, Link, and Die Hard. 325% increase in copies sold this week compared to the previous week as collectors revisit the past in anticipation of the new Youngblood series debuting on November 12th. Yeah, if you guys haven't seen the live stream, we just checked this out on New Comic Book Day. It was a pretty popular one, but the stores didn't go too crazy with ordering. Batman number 1, premiere issue of the 4th Batman title. First appearance of Dr. Zeller, inventor behind the Crown of Storms. Yeah, this one was pretty cool, but if I remember correctly, a lot of people were going after the polybag variants. So they had a bunch of different variants with this, and a lot of the covers you could get in like a foil edition on the polybag. Looks like they don't have pictures for a couple of them. But you have the New York Comic Con, Delato. A lot of people were doing exclusives too, so that's a pretty cool one. 260% increase in copies sold this week versus the previous week after this week's release of Batman 3. So it looks like it's catching some hype. Batman 429. They have this at a high of 10 bucks though. I would definitely pick this up for $10 if you find it. Keep your eye out for that newsstand on the right side there on the front. They didn't put it on the left side, it's on the right. So you got to keep an eye out for that. But yeah, Mike Mignola, Death in the Family Part 4. 233% increase in copies sold this week. Predator number 1, first appearance of Predator in Standard Comic Book. Marvel acquired the rights to publish Alien and Predator comics from Dark Horse in 2020. This definitely had a pop because of the movie that just came out. Still haven't seen it. Gotta check it out. They have a second printing, which it looks like I can't see the picture for. And then they have an international version. Oh, here we go. So there's the second printing and international. International came out in 1990. And the second print was 1989. Identical front cover, printing listed in parentheses and interior cover. All right, so you have to check the interior cover. Avengers number 9, first appearance and death of Wonder Man, later resurrected. Yeah, they just released, I believe it was a TV show they're going to be doing, right? But I just saw a little bit of a preview commercial for it. It looked pretty fun. So this is Avengers 9, first appearance of Wonder Man. Yeah, official series announced featuring Wonder Man for Disney Plus. Okay, so there's going to be a series. 225% increase. It'll be interesting to see where this one goes. Price is trending down, it says. But over here it says there's some increases. So it'll be interesting to see where this one sits at. It says $900 right now for a high grade copy. Simpsons Comics and Stories number 1. First full appearance of Simpsons in comic book. That's always a pretty cool one. Polybag with a poster. Oh yeah, that's right. There's a poster inside you got to keep an eye out for. A couple different copies. You have a newsstand edition, a promo, which I believe was a smaller one. Giveaway distributed with Butterfinger in packages of 6 full-size candy bars. Oh, that's pretty fun. Comic book is smaller than the standard size edition to fit the Butterfinger package. Yeah, if I remember correctly, it was pretty small. I didn't know it came in a Butterfinger package though. G.I. Joe, number 21, first appearance of Storm Shadow, a former ally of Snake Eyes and the young master of the Arashikage clan. I definitely mispronounced that. Solo story featuring Snake Eyes, told without any text or dialogue. So yeah, this is the silent issue, a lot of people call it. I didn't know though that this was the first appearance of Storm Shadow. I always thought this was just a silent issue. I didn't know it was the first appearance. That's pretty cool. 188% increase in copies sold this week to previous week. Absolute Batman 6 on the list. First printing over here. Conclusion of the first story arc of Absolute Batman ongoing series. Second cameo appearance of Absolute Joker. Yeah, Absolute Batman 15 is coming out. Everybody's pretty pumped about it, so it'll be interesting to see what happens. X-Men Annual 14. Ooh, first appearance of Gambit. I wonder if it's always been like that. I think it used to say cameo. Debatable first. This issue is often cited as a cameo of Gambit, which would imply that the appearance is brief, although he appears in 15 panels throughout the book with at least 10 instances of dialogue. There you go, Key Collector. So yeah, if you have a 266, sorry to say, but you got to get an X-Men Annual 14. The 266 is a great cover. You got a Gambit with the thong. But it's like this one, Avengers. Terrible cover, but great character. First appearance of Rogue. First cover appearance of Mystique also. Oh yeah, look at her right there. I didn't know that. First cover appearance of Mystique. That's cool. They got it at $100. High grade. Absolute Batman number 1. Everybody knows why this is on the top 10. It's on the top 10 like every week, I think, or on someone's top list every month. This is definitely the best book at the comic shop. I was talking to Lee over at Living Dead, and he said that this was the best title to come out in the last 10 years for the local comic shop. So it's pretty cool. A lot of first appearances and introductions. You have Absolute Batman 13, which was another pretty popular one. Introduction of Catwoman. And you have Harley Quinn, which was a nice little back page, last little shot you got her, and it was nice. They did a nice little redesign. You have Absolute Superman number 1. They got this at $12. If you could pick up the Absolute Superman and Absolute Wonder Woman for like $10 in the first print, I definitely would try to grab some. I got a few copies myself, but I feel like they're pretty good books to pick up for that $10 range in the first print. Amazing Spider-Man 238, first appearance of Hobgoblin. A complete series includes the tattoos. Oh no, complete issue includes the tattoos. Yeah, there's a tattoo inside here that a lot of people forget about. You'll send it in and get a green label and wonder why. You have a Mark Jewelers insert possibility. There's a Canadian version. A no tattoos insert. Oh, that's interesting. Is there a version of it with no tattoos? I didn't know that. I'll have to look into that a little bit. Facsimile reprint. There's a bunch of different copies, and this is an international one. This is interesting, though. No tattoo insert. 1968. Iron Man #1, first ongoing title series featuring Iron Man. Origin of Iron Man, also told. Yeah, this is about $1,000 book. In high grade, it's definitely more than $1,000. I feel like nowadays it's more like $1,000 in mid grade. You find it for like that $750 to $1K. Usually, a lot of people try to hold on to this one though. 100% increase in copies sold this week versus the previous week. Yeah, this is a really good book. Still need to get one of these in my collection. It's a good one. Ice Cream Man, The Mortal Coil Shuffle #1 from 2025. Story told across 55 playing cards. Well, that's interesting. Key of the week on Key Collector. And the final one, Absolute Batman Annual 2025 #1. Origin of Absolute Batmobile. Controversial story with Batman fighting white supremacists. Alright. Yeah, this one was a pretty crazy one at the comic shop that week. I remember when it came out, everybody was looking for it. They got it at $20, but it's definitely creeping up to be like a $30 book now. It'll be interesting to see where that one settles at. I got a few copies I bought off the shelf, but wish I would have bought a couple more. That's pretty much everything on their top 20 list. Comment down below. Let me know if you have any of these or which ones you would be looking to pick up. I still need a Invincible Iron Man 1 and a 238. Would be cool to grab with the tattoos. Absolute Batman, definitely get your hands on, and the Wonder Woman if possible. Issue 13, the cameo of Harley. Absolute Batman first print. Don't really need to say much about this one. Definitely grab yourself up a first print if you really want one, but honestly, you could just grab the trade paperback. I think it's like $18, and you get all the stories in it for the first 6 issues. Avengers Annual, this is a good one to grab. A little bit more expensive and definitely not the best cover ever. But first appearance of Rogue, first cover appearance of Mystique too, apparently. First and only appearance of a girl named Maddie Pryor, not to be confused with Madeline Pryor, aka the Goblin Queen. So this is a good one. Gambit, first appearance. Definitely try to grab this if you can. $50 book compared to the $266, which is I think over $100 in high grade. Absolute Batman, first print. The G.I. Joe. Didn't realize this was the first Storm Shadow, so that's cool. A little bit of Disney Plus spec, some movie spec, Mike Mignola, good selling title. Youngblood #1 after the reprint hype, and the V for Vendetta. Yeah, Howard the Duck. So definitely a good list, trending 20. Comment down below, let me know what you think, and let me know if you guys would be interested in me doing some more stuff on Key Collector. We could go through the randomizer or the Hot 10 or some key updates and just hang out. I'll answer some of your questions down below, so feel free to comment down below, and I'll see you in the next video.